Hey, everybody. Have you ever wondered how close you are to living your best life? Maybe you don't even know what your best life would look at, and that's okay. But if you ever wondered, well, how close am I to really, really living my best life? And I'm not really sure what that my best life would look like, because if you've never lived it or never experienced it, sometimes those things are out of our reach and like out of our awareness. But if you've ever wondered this, or maybe it's the first time and you'd like to know, look in the comments section and there is a link, and there is a short assessment that is 10 questions. And if you just answer those very quickly, it's going to give you a score and tell you how close you are, or maybe you are living your best life and you haven't even realized it yet with all the things that you're experiencing. So, we're going to talk about 6 skills that you need to really, really master in order to live that best life, in order to have lots of love in your life, in order to have great connections, whether it be in business, whether it be with family, friends, your kids, your loved ones, your business associates, all your clients. Wow, what a great life just to be able to have all of those things in harmony. So the skills analysis, as I said, is made up of 6 attributes. And the first column is right here. Hopefully you can zoom in. And that first column is based on communication. Okay, so it's the way you communicate. And it's funny, long, long time ago, many years ago, I used to look at the way people acted, especially those who were close to me. And I used to wonder if the way that they were acting, and the way they were being if it was anything to do with me, if it was something that I was saying or wasn't saying, or the mood that I was saying it, the way I was saying it. And I just didn't know. And that's really one of the things that got me interested in personal development. So in the communication column, when you're in the zone, in the flow, basically you feel like you can talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime about anything. I mean, subjects that you would never ever talk about. Okay. You just really don't have anything on it. You're pretty free with it. You feel quite open. And usually when you're that way, people will a lot of times tell you things that, and they'll even look at you saying, I don't even know why I just told you that. So anyway, that's the kind of that's the level of communication you want to have, whether it be in business, whether it be with your significant other, with your spouse, your loved ones, your children, your business associates, your clients, your employees. You want to have that freedom and that communication. The next column is empathy. And empathy is the second column. And empathy is just being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know, if you've ever had someone talk to you, or you've ever talked to someone and you never felt understood, and after you explained something to them, you felt like they got you, and you walked away from that conversation not feeling made wrong, not necessarily like you're right, but just that the person understood every single feeling and could understand your viewpoint. So that is empathy, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, looking for the good when you're in that zone and in that flow. And so when you've got that ability to communicate freely and also have really, really high empathy, people want to know you. They will tell you things that sometimes you don't even want to know, or maybe you're not prepared to hear. But it's just the reason why that happens is because you've got that ability. I mean, you're in flow with that, you're in the zone. And so those 2 attributes really, really are crucial in developing very trustworthy relationships. People buy from who they trust. And when these 2 abilities are in the flow and genuine, people feel that. It's not something that can be faked. not when you're present, you pick up on it. The third ability or attribute that you need to have in the flow, in the zone, is action. And when you're in the zone, basically, I'll ask you a question. Have you ever just seen what needs to be done and you just did it without any reservation? You weren't in the yellow zone struggling, like straddling the fence. Do I, shouldn't I? And therefore you can't move or make any decisions. But action is just basically seeing what needs to be done and going for it without any reservation. And man, does that feel good. You don't waste time. You don't hang up your power. You don't stop yourself. There's no reluctances. You just go for it. So action without having any reservation is really, really crucial to being in the zone. It really is the truest test of, are you in the flow? Are you in the zone? Yeah, you just, no doubt, you just do it. And then the next column, the next attribute is effectiveness. And the effectiveness sits right here. And very simply, effectiveness is deliver what you promise. Now, when you're in the flow and you deliver what you promise, it's as easy as, it's literally this simple, guys. If you say you're going to be there at 8 a.m., you're there at 8 a.m., not 8:01, not a few seconds after. Why? Well, because it's dishonest. And the reason why that's so important is, first of all, it's your word, it's your honor. You deliver what you promise, and that includes delivering what you promise to yourself. So effectiveness is, if you really, really are interested in getting what you want in the physical universe and manifesting that, well, you need to be able to deliver what you want. And if you're not delivering what you want, you need to, in order to improve in that area, there's a couple of things that will help you along the way. Is don't use any justifications or any rationalizations or any excuses. And then you can inspect, what exactly am I doing? What could I have done in order, like, for example, getting there at 8 o'clock? What could I have done differently that would have caused me to be there when I said I would be there? Because see, that kind of stuff spills over in all the other actions that you do. So that is all about effectiveness, and that's how you change that. The next column is confidence, and that is the fifth column. That is right here, okay? And so confidence, the way you get confidence is really just doing the thing you set out to do, okay? And then you have to keep doing it until you get the confidence, and then you can take bigger risks. I mean, you don't get confidence by never doing the thing you don't know how to do. It's kind of like public speaking. I was terrified of public speaking, and I said I was never going to do it. So the way I got over that was I spoke to 2 people, and then I spoke to a group of 10, and then I went up to 17, and then I went up to 50, and then I went up to 200, and then it just kept climbing. And so now I'm not afraid to speak to people. But when I was saying I would never ever speak to people and be on a stage, I mean, I would never be able to speak to 1,000 without gradiently doing it, like starting at 2 and then gradually increasing my risk until I get the certainty and confidence that I could do it. And now I'm not afraid of it at all. So, but I started out gradiently. And then we add up all those columns to see, how are you doing on achieving your dreams and goals? And if all of those scores are basically in the flow, in the zone, then if you've been honest, you will be achieving your dreams and your goals. But if there's one column that's down in the yellow zone, which is kind of like so-so, or in anything in the red zone, you're going to be going away from your dreams and your goals. Then we actually have questions to ask you to find out, okay, what is specifically, what event, what incident, what happened to cause you to maybe lose your confidence? A lot of times, when this is just an example, when people don't have confidence A lot of times they're in a new area that they don't have the knowledge in, or someone or something has negatively processed them and made them think that they were horrible at what they were doing. They bought into it. And so a lot of negative processing. So there's uh a lot of great magical insights that come with doing the person's own profiles. And with that, if you've ever wondered, how close am I to living my best life? Or I'm really not sure what that would look like or what that could look like. Do the assessment that we created for you. Look at the comments. It's posted right there. And if you'd like, I'd love to hear your answer. Post your thoughts about it and I'll respond. Hey, thank you so much and have a great week.